Now we get to the teams on the outside looking in, and a little bit more complicated scenario here as well. We will start with the Detroit Lions in the best shape of the teams on the outside looking in. Their first scenario, they get in over Atlanta and Dallas if this happens. Detroit wins their last 2 games. By the way, Detroit has to do that. If they lose a game, they're out. And the Falcons lose their last 2 games. If that happens, Detroit gets in over Dallas, and they're in over Atlanta. That is all Detroit has to do to make the postseason. Of course, they do not control their own destiny. They need outside help.
Yeah, they need outside help, but again, this is a team who I think has a favorable schedule. They're playing at Cincinnati and then the Green Bay Packers, who will not have Aaron Rodgers. So I will say, though, I mean, the Packers, I wouldn't totally sleep on them. We see a lot of times in division games, they're kind of funky. And Brett Hundley was playing a lot better than what he did at this first start. Again, I don't know if Matthew Stafford could win big games. Can he win both? Maybe, but I don't think I don't know. I don't want the Lions to make playoffs, Tom.
All right, time now for scenario number 2. And this one is very complicated, so stay with us here. Detroit gets in over New Orleans.
Okay.
If Detroit wins their last 2 games, the Saints lose their last 2 games, and then the Cowboys or Seattle wins out, and they can go to the 3-team tiebreaker, which would get Detroit in.
Wow.
Yeah, super complicated there, right?
So if the Saints lose both,
yeah,
the Lions win both, and then the Cowboys or the Seahawks, either of those teams, so obviously whoever wins the Week 16 game, then they need to go on and win. That's interesting, and that's based on tiebreaker.
You're going to get more of that once we get to the AFC, which is a gigantic mess that isn't even as simple as team loses a game or 2. They have to lose to the right opponent. AFC is going to be a mess. We'll get to that later on in the show, but that right there, folks, are your Detroit Lions scenarios to make the playoffs.